For example, when a domain name is not parked, not assigned, and you click on it, it will say it's registered to GoDaddy.
Right.
It's registered to this, that. So we basically are able to send that request to them. Now, of course, if they're an upstart and they're not necessarily listed, it might require some back and forth. They might tell you, hey, we need these values. And at that point, we'll happily provide them. But that is also a good indication that maybe the provider is not necessarily market ready. So you want to keep in mind of that as well. So that could be something that you want to make sure that the provider is listed. So it allows you also to have access to all the functions that you would want on your website.
Hey, Virgil, I'm going to
Mhm.
piggyback on this with Arba. I agree with Arba that the process was super simple for those of us that are with that. And this throws up a major
Major red
roadblock
flag.
because
Yes.
now we are going to have to go back and forth with somebody, whereas we could do this in 2 minutes, right?
Right.
To connect. And so please take that information back and ask, is there a way that we can still get that info so that we can just do our thing and keep it moving and not have to bug Nowsite support or even the support of our domain providers? Because that's a huge thing in my world. That's a huge
Yeah.
I
takeaway.
was about to
Yes.
say the same thing, guys.
Yes. I
I
noticed all
know.
of our hands went up. I was like, I
I,
bet you all of us are going to have the same
I,
issue.
I
Right.
understand definitely. The For those who are familiar, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the values tended to be the same.
Right.
So if you have that information already, if you screen capture, you can keep it. And I'm pretty sure that we'll have that available. Again, which are your domain name provider? Because if there are major ones, most likely this is done because they have already been aware, they are all aware
Well,
of
I
our
use
presence.
Namecheap. I
Namecheap,
use
Namecheap.
Namecheap. I
Name
resell
cheap
Namecheap
gave
and
you
I've done it for
issues?
5 years.
Because Namecheap, as far as I'm concerned, is the provider that we deal directly with. So having issues with them would be something, unless you acquired it before you logged with us. Definitely, to be fair, I'll follow up with support just to clarify and bring these case study. But from what I understand, this would made to be simpler for those who not necessarily have the same experience
Well, you
But
brought
they
up a
have.
And they
really
said that
good point.
Mhm.
The A record info is the same, so that usually does not create a problem, right? So if those of
Mhm.
us that have been doing it, as long as you've already got some now sites set up, then that should work without a hitch. And that's good to know.
Exactly.
Namecheap is the one of the main providers, at least from my standpoint, but I could see it being an
Mhm.
issue for others. So
right.
thank you.
And it sounds like, so I'm glad that you did confirm that, because if this change was done, like you said, maybe a month ago or so, yeah, I never noticed because I just kept putting that same A record, in and kept it moving and my sites are connected. So,
Mhm.
um,
Remember, the promise is to make things seamless for you, right? So
yeah.
you simplify the approach. You
right. So
basically
you
give it
made
them.
it so I get it now. It's like, so for the people who don't know how to change their DNS, then when they do that request, then it'll go back and forth with the provider. But for those of us that know how to do it, we just keep moving like we've been doing.
Exactly.
All right. I'm
Well,
good with
it
that.
actually then isn't working because the young lady that was speaking before, it's Namecheap that request was sent to, and she's now getting an error message.
But she didn't follow up, if understood correctly, right? Again, it depends on how it was acquired initially. If the name cheap, if you buy the domain through us, then
No, it
that
was bought
follow
through
up.
Namecheap.
Yeah, so if you bought directly, then you are dealing with a third party company, but as an independent, so you have control of your account. Makes sense? So you would have to follow up like that as well.
All right. Is there a way that I can just message support and ask for the A record because I literally sell now cheap, Namecheap domains all day long, and half of my clients are on Nowsite.
No, absolutely. If you send them basically the notification to support, they'll send it. I'm pretty sure I have it also on record. You can send me a notification, Virgil at now.site, and I'll respond to it as soon as I have the chance with it.
And
That way
also,
you'll keep it.
Keisha, just go to any of your domains that you've already connected. It's the
Well,
same.
none of mine are connected. I don't mind having Nowsite the .now site on mine. But a lot of my clients, they are under the impression that they have to have a .com, and I'm not gonna fight with you. If you want a .com, let's go get you a .com.
Right.
Until
But
they realize.
how were you connecting it before for them?
Well, before, um, most of them that decided they wanted this happen in the last couple of weeks because I haven't been with Nowsite that long. So all of my domains before that, I just got the A records from wherever I was. I built it from, and I moved them myself in Namecheap. You know
We're,
what I'm
we're,
saying?
we're going to come back to that exchange because I see Gene has a question. Maybe he wants to add in, but definitely we'll follow up with these records, and I'll follow up also with support to see if there's anything that we should be worried about. If I am here next time, I will be able to reach on Cherish on it, or you have my email or respond to it if you can send me a follow-up inquiry to this so I can have your email. Works for everybody?
All right, no problem.
Gene, you have a question?
Well, I was asking about this as I was multitasking. I may have missed something. So I literally just created the add external domain,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came up to the setup details, and it's telling me to follow the add the following DNS records, and the A is there, but the host and value is not there. So you're not presenting us the host and value
Exactly.
information anymore.
You don't need that information for now. It's gonna. Who's your domain name provider?
GoDaddy. I would have to do what I had to do is I had to go and edit the A and enter in the host and value. And you're saying we
So
don't have to do that anymore?
you have your own access to your GoDaddy account.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So log in and monitor. You will see that this will happen automatically. If not, you have the value and you will proceed as we discussed. You'll just update the information. But this is what we were discussing. Yes, the process has been made as simplified. So this is no longer a required step. It happens seamlessly between our servers. But it's always a good thing if we don't have our access, if we have open our account independently to notify them because they also need authorization from you to do certain things. So I would recommend good practice. I'm requesting this connection. Here's the information, keeping track of your record anyways, right? Make sense?
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. Anybody else with questions? Oh, sorry, there's somebody, more people. Perfect, perfect. Any other questions in that regards or on other specific use? Or I'll cover the the keyboard function if everybody wants to see how it's basically made use of.
Oh, will that messaging be changed also on that pop up? So
Um, Eventually, I assume yes, but I'll follow up and confirm it is something that they definitely needs to be notified. I'll most
yeah.
likely update the prompt as well.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nobody else, so we will switch to the demo then.
Yes. Are you going to demo it right now?
Oh yes, I was looking at signing in there. It's just a matter of
Perfect timing then. Perfect timing. Thank you so much. And good to see you.
absolutely.
I'm sorry I'm late.
No, pleasure. It was my fault taking time to let people in. So
Thank you.
Virgil, will your demo be on an iPhone or Android?
it's an Android. It's
Okay,
basically an Oppo version of a phone. I got it overseas. I mean, it's not that recent of a device. That's also why it's giving me a little problem here. It's
Okay, thank you.
decided to reinstall my Zoom. Murphy's Law, and I have tested this before coming in, and I was sure it was and
You taught in a public school system and you were doing this, I assure you it's not as quiet as it
I would actually appreciate the notes because I could shoot and work with the distraction here, but
is.
because it's bringing me to my Zoom, but it's not letting me come in, and I'm not sure why it's saying on that taunt. But I have launched my meeting. We'll try this another way. Okay, I understand. My invitation went to my other Zoom room there, so I was a little stuck in limbo.
I just want to say something because I see in the chat that there's some people who are new to Nowsite, excuse me, and they're confused. And I
Mhm.
understand why, because this is really for people who have been using it for a while and have questions on what they're working on. And a really good beginner kind of thing to start with is what is it, the 11 o'clock? There's an 11 o'clock one that is really basic that really helps you with posting on social media. My
No,
phone.
absolutely. I'm going to give you the whole calendar so you can have the full listing of the different classes. And yes, this session is a little bit more advanced in topic, and this is why we're covering specific uses. I'm going to put you the get started link in the conversation. So if ever you're looking for more specific workshop topic, you can use that. You can also, I suggest, book a meeting with me or any other of my colleagues so we can properly onboarding. Understanding how the tool works at the beginning is key. So I recommend doing that. Uh, I'm gonna start with the sharing in a second there. I have it ready. So now I just need to find myself. I assume that everybody has already downloaded the application and also installed the keyboard. So I'm going to dive right into the conversation or the demonstration. Let me know when you do see my screen. It should be coming through anytime soon.
Yep, we see it.
Perfect, perfect. So the idea is that once you have your board application, you can use it across any of these. So here, for example, I have my WhatsApp business. Say I was engaged in a conversation with a client and I needed basically to give them information. You'll see basically the application pop up and my keyboard is there. Now, depending on your keyboard, or your device, the interface might change. But in my case, you can see the bottom right of my screen, we have a little keyboard there. You all see it? If I click on it, it's going to open basically the options that I have for my keyboards. So this is my regular keyboard that is in action. And you can see now I have the Nowsite keyboard option. So if I select it, it's now going to open up my keyboard option and allow me to access any of my Now site teams. Right now, I'm in a specific team, which is a wellness team. I can use the top tab and switch between any of my teams. So, for example, I have my own team, Creative Lab, for example. So you can see that I have all my documents here, my links, and such, the different courses. Say I wanted to invite somebody particularly to one of these courses, the one in the middle, I would just tap it, and you can see that the link would fill in into discussion and send it. So you literally have your office in the palm of your hand across all the digital platforms. The difficulty that the difficulty that Zoom I think had yesterday was just understanding how this follows you across the platform. But it's as simple as that. Once it's activated, if you don't deactivate it, the functionality basically will remain. So you can go into a rapid fire series. I can go from uh, WhatsApp business to now Messenger. I have a colleague, for example, and same option, it would be already here. Okay, so it allows you to be very agile, meaning that you go at a conference, networking conference. Well, you don't need to log in all your documents. You know where they are. They are accessible on your phone, and you can even invite people to join your team if you make that link part of your share link package. Good for everybody?
Yep, thank you.
Any questions on this part before I stop the sharing?
So Virgil, you went to just regular messages from your phone.
Mm-hmm. I'll
So I
repeat
guess
again.
I
Yes.
must not be hooked up then,
Yeah.
because I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Yeah, make sure that when you open your Now site, you have that option that pops in, letting you know that you can download the keyboard application. If not, then maybe reinstall. Maybe you need an updated version. These are the first few steps that I would take. Yesterday, I was having another issue on another phone, and it seems that this one was a little old, but this is an ancient Android. So I'm not sure, depending on the age of your phone, it could be an issue. But if it can handle current and updated application, you should have access to it. and it follows you. It's basically part of your keyboard now. Any platform, at least as far as messaging platform goes, you have access to it, right? So here, for example, I haven't tried TikTok for it. Most likely, if I have a repertoire of video there, it's something that I would do. Not sure which account is this, anyways, on the TikTok. Well, I'm gonna stay away from TikTok. It's a beast on its own that I usually have problem handling, so I'll leave it alone. But we get the idea. Wherever there's a conversation possible, you're now able to share these links, and it gives you a lot of agility, especially when you're away from your desktop. Agreed?
Yeah, it's really good. You can send PDFs through it and other documents. I really, really like the ease and everything that you can do with it. It's very functional. I love it. Thank you.
Here, so Lori said yes. Keyboard function is settings after reinstall. Perfect for those who encountered that problem as well. Getting some
Yay,
solutions.
found it.
Yes, perfect. It's definitely a tool that you want to put make part of your arsenal, just like the my social media should be by now. You have a question, Audrey?
Just wanted to confirm, I do have the icon for the keyboard. I have other keyboards in there, like whatever, boards and something else. But mine never shows. It doesn't show when I have Nowsite. It only shows when like, let's say I'm getting ready to send something. I tap inside a message center or WhatsApp. Once I tap there, then it shows up. Is that okay? Or am I supposed to see it at all times?
No, it mean that you might have a phone with added setups that allow
Okay.
you to basically actively engage in the choice of your keyboards without necessarily have to jump between interface like the rest of us. You have
Okay.
most likely one of these last generation phone. Is that it?
Actually, it's a brand new.
There you go.
The Z Fold 6 is brand new phone, but it just only comes up when I'm ready to, I guess, post or send or do an action.
There you go. So it's
Okay.
basically being functional for you, only bothering you with that option. When it's not a
Okay.
bother, it's basically what you want to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. This is definitely going to be something that if you end up signing, and I definitely hope everybody sees the wisdom in that, looking at the nav, well, in tandem with that, it's definitely going to be something that you're going to be bouncing back and forth between engaging with a client and sending them the appropriate document or based on the suggestion of the AI, complementing those. Go ahead, Patrice, if you have a question.
Yes. Could you, I just sent you a message privately. Could you check that, please?
Let's see.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Oh, pleasure, pleasure. Oh, sorry, I'm a little lost in the chat, honestly, when there's so much people here.
I'll
Do
send
you
it
mind?
again.
Yeah, go ahead. Or do you mind sending it via email if it's something that you want me to piggyback on, or do you want me to answer it
Yeah,
directly
if you
here?
can
Mhm.
just privately just send me your email and I'll, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much.
Oh, pleasure, pleasure. Any other questions, specifics? We're coming to the end of our time together, so if ever there is some last question, I'll take them. But again, you all know where to find me. Definitely want to meet you and discuss the challenges. Go ahead, Martha.
Yes, would you give me a quick refresh on how to join a team? I would like to join Melvin's team,
Oh, Melvin would
please.
have to send you the invitation from his team, and you would just accept it. The dynamics have changed a little bit since there's now more control over the team and more purpose to it. So now it has to be an invitation. Anybody from his team can invite you to join as long as he has made that membership, that option available to members. Oh, sorry, I sent you the wrong one, Patrice. It's the virtual there. There's an autocorrect function that kicked in.
Do you have a team as well?
Yeah, I have, well, I'm building one. I haven't got my AI priorities to you first, so it's not finished, but definitely I have one. If you want, I can send you the link. I'll post it in the description and you can all take a look at it. and maybe ask me questions on it when we meet. Let me just see.
That was my question.
Thank you.
Send me your invite.
Now,
Awesome.
you have to I have to be fair with you. What you'll see there has been something that has taken me time to build. So there's a lot of patience involved in what is being created here, and a lot of it is always ongoing. So you'll see things evolving. I haven't officially sent it out
All
or
of us are
started
making it up
marketing,
as we
but
go
you'll
along,
see.
so nobody here is going to judge you.
Perfect. So I have it into the team. So that's how basically you would join. Somebody has to invite you, and I'm pretty sure that if I haven't, I'll make it now. Yeah, all team members with this link will be organically be able to invite others. And this is also how you want to be using this tool. If you're going to be creating this team environment and you're going to be making use of the courses, then you want to make that first tier open to everybody. And then as we go through, of course, you need more of me. I'll give you more of me, but everything has an opting condition, right? And it's not just financial, it's about commitment. I need to make sure that you're committing to the extra time and knowledge that you're asking me to bestow on you. Make sense?
Did
Yes.
you drop it in the chat or did you send it to the private chat that you were in?
No, I put it in, oh, Lord, here. I sent it out in everybody in the waiting room, not everybody in the room. Multitasking. Sorry about that. I'll learn better. Okay. So I hope this was good. And I'll see maybe if you appreciate it, I'll see if I can sometimes step in for Cheryl. It will help me grow as well. And if you appreciate the time spent, why not? And if ever you see things in my progress that you want to query about, then definitely I'll be happy to exchange experience.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Pleasure is
Definitely.
mine.
Yes, thank you.
You all won me yesterday with the embrace, and I am yours as long as you need me. Thank you enough. Thank you. And again, I have put my email. Again, I am onboarding a lot of people, so sometime it will take some time for me to respond, but definitely you'll get a feedback from me on the email that you send me, virgil@now.site. And definitely book me to come across the.
Just send the booking link and we'll just go ahead and book you right now.
Okay.
Go ahead. You'll get them all right now.
Okay. Usually you have to request it through the team support so that they can control the onboarding. But I mean, give me 1 second here. Why
I'll
not?
see
It
you in
goes
30 minutes because I already booked mine with my new person.
perfect. Sure. Um, my link is the French one, so you will be dealing with me in essence as well. So here's my link directly for Calendly. So definitely send your questions, book a meeting, and we'll try to address them, and also optimize on what I know or what you're doing. Share with you. Good,
Good.
perfect. So today it's going to be a hard stop. I'm going to run off, but again, love you guys all, and thank you again for the embrace.
We love you too, Virgil.
Thanks,
Thank you, Virgil.
Thanks a million. You are awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Later.